You want to know about the end of the world? It doesn't start with a bang. It starts with static and the smell of wet garbage. We open on Minusos, a man living on the frequency of desperation. He's working a ham radio, shouting into the void, hunting for a signal that isn't there. But the only response he gets is the buzzing of flies. He digs through his trash, finds the source, and licks the rot right off the plastic. A car pulls up, drops off fresh food, and honks. Minusos creeps out like a frightened animal, knocks the tray over, and retreats. He sends a message to management about restitutions, but when he checks his storage units, they're empty. So he eats what he finds. He eats the dog food. Then the phone rings. It's Carol Sturka. He begs her to leave him alone. She calls back, cursing him into the ground. He writes her name down. The list has begun. Carol isn't waiting for discharge papers. She finds a wrecked car outside the hospital, realizes it's a no-go, and hijacks a police cruiser. As she drives, the radio crackles to life. A voice, too calm, too polite, asks if she's okay. They suggest she be more comfortable in her Range Rover. She refuses. She makes it home, but home isn't a sanctuary. It's a hive. A swarm of people are there, tidying up her life, cleaning her lawn. She spots the mayor among them, scrubbing away like a servant. Carol goes inside, barricades her mind, and starts a list on a dry erase board. She's profiling the invaders. She steps back out and demands a volunteer. She picks a man who used to be Larry. She grills him on her books. He claims to love them, citing character arcs and plot twists like a machine. But Carol pushes harder. She asks what her friend Helen thought of her work. Larry tries to dodge, saying Helen is off limits, but Carol forces the issue. Larry cracks. He admits that Helen thought Carol's books were harmless fluff, and that her unpublished novel was fine, but not great. He reveals that Helen and Val only encouraged her to publish it to make her happy, not because it was good. Carol kicks him out. She goes back to her board and writes down the most important rule of this invasion. They cannot lie. Carol returns to the hospital to confront Zosia. She apologizes for the pain, but needs answers. She asks if Zosia understands the joining now. Zosia admits she understands more, but refuses to say if it can be reversed. She tells Carol that soon, the fear will vanish. Zosia compares the experience to Camp Freedom Falls, a conversion camp her mother sent her to for liking girls. She tells Carol that while she knows what it feels like to be Carol, Carol has no idea what it feels like to be them. Carol needs a weapon. She sneaks into the pharmacy. A man offers to help, and she sarcastically asks for heroin. He questions her judgment, asking if he looks like her Nana. She demands the needles. Back home, she flushes the heroin. That was just a cover. She sets up a camera and injects herself with thiopental sodium, truth serum. She knocks herself out and wakes up hours later to the footage. It's a confessional of grief. She sees herself weeping about Helen, admitting she is truly alone, and ranting about how annoying Zosia is. She destroys the memory card, but she keeps the second vial. She knows what she has to do. Carol goes back to the hospital. She plays the friend. She asks Zosia if she wants fresh air. In the elevator, the trap is sprung. Carol injects the truth serum directly into Zosia's forebag. As the drug hits, Carol demands the answer. How do you reverse the joining? Zosia fights it. She doesn't want to speak. Suddenly, the doors open. The hive is there. A crowd of people walks toward them, not with weapons, but with terrifying concern. They try to take Zosia, but Carol handcuffs herself to the patient. They are surrounded. Carol screams at Zosia to give her the answer. The crowd begins to chant, a wall of sound begging Carol to stop. The stress is too much. Zosia goes into cardiac arrest. The secret is dying with her. Carol, realizing the game is lost, allows them to cut the handcuffs so they can perform CPR. The screen fades to black on the chaos. The answer to the joining still locked inside a dying heart.